for Carson Wentz, thought I hit the lottery again.
Bang.
Only to suffer this
Again.
all over again. So now I have to start all over and find out how am I gonna recoup those points.
You know what this let me know about a lot of Eagles fans? They have no faith in Foles.
I do.
Nobody.
Remember, Nick Foles was our starting quarterback at one time. Remember, that's the guy we traded for Sam Bradford. He was. Remember, in his only full season, he did a hell of a job.
Yeah, he did.
You know, so listen.
We
got 3 games to the rest of the season, which we already clinched. We don't have to win those 3 games. We can ditch all 3 of those games. If we get through the playoffs, we get to the Super Bowl, there is a chance. Without Carson Wentz, as an Eagle fan, yes, I will say this. I'll be the first to say this. It's not going to be easy for the Eagles to overcome such a loss, such a leader on the field. Torn ACL
is really gonna have to utilize his tools on the field.
As if you've seen some of the highlights of this game was intense. I mean, the throws were there. Wentz was breaking records, as he's playing. And he's still considered number 1 quarterback in the game right at this moment.
He ran it in for the touchdown, which drew a flag, and he threw a touchdown pass anyway and broke a record.
Mm-hmm.
How about that one? Then won the game while losing him.
Well, obviously, I'd rather have lost the game and have him. I'd rather not lose my starting quarterback. That's taking us 11-2.
I think people gonna hate Foles if you drop the ball.
Listen, not necessarily. I've seen backups have great seasons. Well, Sanchez sucks.
Yeah, he did. I really had faith in him.
Look at when Donovan McNabb. I don't know if you remember, but you like sports, so you remember Donovan McNabb went down and we signed Michael Vick, or we had Michael Vick. We had 2 dynamic quarterbacks that can run.
Yeah. And Foles stepped it up when Vick got hit.
Exactly. That was that 1 year. That was that 1 year that he took. Yeah, that he took the whole team.
That's the problem with Eagles quarterbacks, man. They always got a real good in the pocket quarterback, which gets hurt on the run. Always gets hurt on the run. McNabb, Vick, Wentz, it's all in the pocket guys, man. You're fearless, they're all team leaders, man, but you're not invincible, man.
Maybe
you can't be like a Romo when you sneeze.
Now we can go back to that play that he ran. Could he have slid? Could he have slid before? Instead of taking it completely all the way.
I don't know. He got that touchdown though. It just drew a flag. He got the touchdown. He wanted that touchdown, and to still throw that touchdown pass. Another play down.
Yeah, but the thing is, at the expense of, guess what? Now we lost our star quarterback for the whole season.
Every time you say it, it's just like.
It's still, yes. Granted, he did what he
was like replaying it over and over and over. That hit was fierce. Tremendous. He better be glad he only left with a torn ACL, man. That looked like his hip should have been out of place, man.
Well, it's crazy that it's crazy that me and my wife played the same football fantasy league. She traded me Carson Wentz, and she has I think the linebacker Barron that took him out. So not only she gave it to me, she took it from me. So
payback.
And she still has the wide 2 wide receivers that I gave her. I have nobody in that trade. I traded 3 players for 2 players, and I let the one go, and I stay with the coach.
All of that for the list.
Yeah.
Still kind of training her and coaching her. It's just like, she's tearing me up.
She's
like teaching somebody how to play checkers and they just kick your butt every game. by accident.
True story. She's the only person that beat me 3 times.
It's like playing checkers, right? She's like, can I jump you 4 times here for the king meat? And you gotta admit, you're like, yes.
No, hell no. Nope, I would not let her. No, I'd be like, no.
But she's doing it by accident, though.
No, she tried to pretend it's by accident.
You explained it to her.
That shit.
And that's what she's doing. She's doing it. So she's like, so if I jump this one and this one, she's asking you, and this one, this is where you king me, right? You're like, I'm supposed to king you on that. You know it. Why are you asking me? You asking me for every play.
Well, she's gonna try to get the extra inch.
Don't be a fool.
But I actually think that the Eagles have a chance. So
it's like I won't rule them out. I really won't rule them out. You know what I mean? Like you got Foles. You know what I'm saying? And it's a good step.
And listen, you never know. Just
hopefully he doesn't pull a Sanchez Artiva.
I hope he doesn't.
Definitely not.
I hope he doesn't get hurt. And
yeah, man, you can forget it.
And
they go cheerleader to throw the ball after that.
No. See,
who do they really have after?
A Cinderella season would be Foles go down, and then they go sign Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick leads them to the Super Bowl and wins it. Yo,
you calling it now? You called it. Just remember, he called it. All right.
It's a possibility. Let me tell you.
Just remember,
the Eagles signed. Remember, the Eagles signed Michael Vick. Fresh out.
Can somebody retweet this and tag an Eagles player so they could just kind of like drop this on the coach's lap?
Listen. It's a smart move.
Yeah, like I really, listen, man. For so many reasons, man. Like I want to see.
I mean, you don't think Colin Kaepernick is just sitting down watching football, right? I mean, he's got to be staying in shape just in case.
Of course.
Somebody signs him and drops.
Of course, man.
The quarterback right now this year, with all the quarterbacks that are hurt, this year the quarterback position in the NFL has taken a big hit. With Deshaun Watson out, Carson Wentz, Aaron Rodgers.
How do you walk past Cap, man? Like over just the politics of all of this stuff.
I would sign him.
How?
I would physically sign him as a backup right now in this moment.
How? How do you walk past him?
Because if Nick Foles can't handle it, he would actually at least give us a chance to go farther.
Cap would take a $2 million deal right about now. Not even like no $30, $40, $50 million. He like $2 million. You got me, because he about to recuperate all. Like once he back in the league, he's recuperating all of that. If
they ever sign him again.
Did he lose endorsements?
Oh, pretty sure a lot of endorsements also, because he's not selling games. He's not selling merchandise. But his jersey's still one of the most sold jerseys. Right now.
And he's still receiving awards. He ran up on stage and got one from Beyonce.
Well, listen, his movement is actually bigger than football. It was not to mock the flag or disrespect,
not at all.
the military. It was a protest. It was a solid protest to fight the injustice by police, shooting unarmed black guys.
And then you gotta think, okay, ain't no need to go in depth to try to explain like you're explaining it to kindergartens. Like a lot of people know what this protest and that statement was actually for, but what it did, like when you seen coaches know, when you seen owners know, that should have been right there because one man changed the NFL. One man. Now initially. That's going to be in the history books. It really is. It's going to be inside the history books, man. And I feel like when a lot of the owners came in with their threats, and it was just like anybody caught nailing, whatever. A lot of people, that's when they had the big meeting, re-strategize. Okay, it's a distraction, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? You still could have gave this man a chance. Okay, listen. We all had this meeting. We're going to let you in because the same people who were persecuting this man were on 2 knees, like Ray Lewis. All of these guys were all taking knees.
It took them. At first, they were apprehensive, but it took them, to understand. He just created an insane movement.
Especially once Trump weighed in his little 2 cents and Called
Absolutely,
all
absolutely.
sons of bitches, man, and you know how this man's mouth is. No need to give him no type of attention.
Shout out to Jeff watching us right now.
But yeah, I feel like right then and there, like soon as the coaches and like the owners and everything did it, right then and there, it should have been like, okay, what are we doing? Let's grab this guy back in. This guy is young, got a lot of potential. Like now, it's like you're just walking past $1 million like every day. You know what I'm saying? It's a suitcase that's $1 million, but I'm just walking past it because a lot of people got bad hype on this suitcase. It's what the suitcase represents. Now they're all saying it's bad, so I'm not gonna touch it. No. I'm thinking logic. I want that money. I'll take the money that's out of it and toss the suitcase. So in other words, listen to this metaphor, right? I'm gonna take the money that's in the suitcase, but I'm gonna toss the suitcase, being that everybody's talking about it. So what you do is you take him for his talents and his potentials, not because he's mixed or has an afro, like not all of the stuff that makes the politics. You take his skill, but leave the politics at the door. Okay, so we're gonna bring you back to the NFL. We're gonna sign you with this contract here. No more kneeling.
Yeah, but he's not gonna change. You don't understand.
No. What's gonna happen is you can he gets it. Like that's the thing. Like it ain't because nobody told you or made you do it. Don't be defiant. Like that don't make you have to be defiant. I'm taking it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like that you got blackballed out of all of this. You see the movement that you created. That's my statement. My statement is already there right now. You could do something like just before at every national anthem, you hold the fist up. Don't say anything. Every national anthem, you hold two hands up. Every national anthem, you wear a Black Lives Matter bandana. You wear a Don't Shoot bandana. Whatever your protest or your statement is, paint your sneakers on. Paint your sneakers on like Black Lives still matter. You put little ribbons, whatever, on your jersey. That don't stop your protest. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't tell Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, don't go that way towards the bridge. Look, you took the bridge the first time. You couldn't tell him not to walk back. You know everything that it took to walk there. And you get hit with rocks, like all this weather stuff, and what it symbolized. And now it's like the only thing that you could possibly tell him is you want to take a scenic route back. Because we know what happened when we went over that bridge the last time. Nobody ever asked that question, like, how did they get back? Nobody asked that question, like, did they get a bunch of cabs? Or a bunch of buses that brought them back?
You saying
that's a piece of history I really want to know now that I think about it. How did everybody get back? Because he had millions of people walking with him. And they walked a very long way. Like when they got there and everything was said and done, it was just like, you bought your car, now I ain't bring mine. Like, you gonna call your cousin? We don't have phones.
They went to a payphone and they called each other. They called, hey, I need you to ride, pick me up. Well, they organized. Listen, they organized the buses. They already had them parked down there ready to pick up.
Buses and stuff. Yeah, that's what's up.
But one thing I'm thinking about with Kaepernick, I'm just saying it may happen. Just.
I mean, listen. I mean, I have a point. I mean, a happy ending. It could be clearly written. If let's knock on wood. Let's say Nick Foles takes us to the rest of the season, takes us to 2 playoffs. Okay, and all of a sudden he goes down. Colin Kaepernick is that option.
I feel like if it was somebody that would do it, because you're really speaking this into existence, it'll be the Eagles that would do it.
Well, it might be like in 2018. There might be a possibility that they might bring him back in.
But what I'm talking about,
because so late in the season.
No, but what I'm talking about is that I don't know if you know the news that Carson Wentz went down with a torn ACL. Carson's out. Carson Wentz is out for the rest of the season. Nick Foles is the backup. He's familiar with the team. He's familiar with the game. He's familiar with with the playbook. So yes, he has an ability and he has a chance to lead them deeper into the playoffs, but let's say he gets hurt.
Right.
And all of a sudden they have no option, and all of a sudden Colin Kaepernick is that person that is an available arm. They could sign him and it could happen. I'm not saying, listen, I'm just saying that, where do you go if Nick Foles gets hurt? Where do you go from Nick Foles?
I feel like something crazy like that can happen.
I mean, it's not crazy. It could happen.
I know what you're not going to do is you're not going to put some third-string snot-nosed guy who's been on the. He'd be surprised if he's in the game. What? I'm in the game. Oh my goodness, where's my uniform?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it could happen. It could easily happen. I mean,
who is their third-string quarterback? Anybody know?
I forget.
Like, yeah, probably like some fresh out of high school kid, like
No,
19.
you know, I'm pretty sure a legit third string quarterback
that nobody knows
on
about.
a practice squad that's just getting reps, doing just shadowing.
Because he know that
the guys.
he's thinking the same thing. He really practicing right now because he like Wentz down. It's like Foles ain't really got it no more. What is it, like 45? He's gonna
Nick Foles is not 45. Nick Foles is still
40 something.
no. Nick Foles is still a very young quarterback.
39.
Not even.
He's not 40.
No.
I don't know.
He's not. He's listen. He hasn't been in the league that long.
Because Brett Favre was like 50.
Yeah, but Nick Foles.
He's like, yeah, but
Nick Foles was drafted only about 5 or 6 years ago. Less than that.
he was like 30 then.
No, I'm serious. I mean, he looks like he's 30.
Yeah.
He looks like he's 40.
Yeah, he does. Man.
But
like he smokes cigarettes.
He's still got it. He can still play. He did lead the Eagles to that win last
I
week.
wouldn't sleep on Foles. I wouldn't sleep on him, and he has the right tools, on the field. Like
The Eagles have the Eagles can do it. I mean, I don't want to make this show
it's
about
their line.
the Eagles.
It's their line. Like their line wins games. You understand me? Like their defense is
we're not trying to make this whole show about the Eagles.
Hey,
but,
I ain't got a problem. We could.
But like you said, they have a lot of weapons.
Yes.
That they've already overcame a lot of injuries this year. They've already kicked up. One man goes down, another one stands up. It's like a domino. You drop one, another one comes up. It's and they're playing some good football. I mean,
I feel like the brain of it all is just strategics of the coaches. Just like you said, for everyone that went down, another one came up, and I feel like having Foles as a second string wasn't a bad option.
I think it was a great option.
Like one of them pop-ups. It's gonna be like a pop-up, like they're gonna just pick up, continue where they left off.
So since we're still on sports right now, I don't know if you're familiar with the Yankees. The Yankees just pulled off a fucking heist. I don't know if y'all are familiar with the Florida Marlins, who is now, I guess, co-owns or part owner of the Florida Marlins, Derek Jeter. I don't know if you know that.
He didn't have enough money.
He had, his I guess, partnership group owns the Marlins.
What is his net worth?
I have no idea. But the guy he's a short foot into the Hall. He's a short foot Hall of Famer. What else? He's played for the Yankees for the last 20 years plus years.
He's kind of like your modern day living legend, like a Babe Ruth.
Yes. But I don't know if you heard
get a ball signed by him.
But I don't know if you heard this, that he traded the Yankees. I don't know if you know who Giancarlo Stanton is. Giancarlo Stanton is right now the reigning MVP, league MVP for the National League, and he just belted about 53 home runs maybe for the season. 53 home runs is a lot for a modern day era without steroids these days. So I mean, I don't know if he's on human growth shit. I don't know, or some Mark McGwire, Barry Bonds, or some shit like that.
Sammy Sosa and all of them.
I'm still a Barry Bonds fan.
I really am.
But I don't know if you follow the Yankees. I don't know if you follow any of the Yankees. I don't even know if you know. But for the Yankee fans out there, listen. Everybody knows I'm an Atlanta Braves fan. But with the trade from Miami with the Yankees, they put not only Aaron Judge, who is a budding rookie right now, he's a home run king right now in New York. You put Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Judge on the same team. You're building the hallmarks of a dynasty.
Another franchise. Yankees are already a franchise.
Well, I mean, yes, of course they're a great franchise, but I'm talking about a dynasty. They're about
a dynasty for many years.
Well, yeah, but they have not been to the playoffs in a while. They haven't won rings in a minute.
It's like the Spurs. You know what I'm saying?
But they're putting like I said with this trade, like seriously put them in a whole different bracket of teams. Like they're right now they have an elite squad that can go out and contend, and right now that's a favorite to win a World Series next year. Is that insane? I mean, I just wanted to touch base on that for all the Yankee fans. Everybody knows the Yankees are an nemesis team for my Braves through the '90s. It was always Yankees and Braves fighting back and forth. But I always have had respect for them, even though I shy in the American League. I shy as a Boston Red Sox fan.
You'd probably lose your mind if the Braves went to the World Series.
No, I actually remember 1995. It was I watched the World Series.
1995. I was on football. I was San Francisco 49ers
I watched that whole game, and it was the Braves. I watched that game 6 or 7, and Tom Glavine pitched a one hitter, and David Justice hit the one only home run to win that World Series. It was a quiet World Series that year. They beat the Cleveland Indians. So yeah, if they got there again, I would be happy. But this new trade has opened some different floodgates, creating different scenarios and different trade options for different teams. But yeah, I'm excited to see some baseball. I can't wait for baseball already since my Eagles are already counted out, but I'm not counting them out. Like I said, I'm hoping and I think that we can still go far. I'm not saying Super Bowl. I'm just saying we can go far. I'm not jinxing anything. I'm saying humble, keeping it humble.
I think that the coaches put together a strategic team and they knew what they was doing. They looked down the line on this, and in the event that
they thought ahead. It was a smart. It was a smart
like
move.
this happened late in the season, and I think it's like right where they like okay.
Perfect timing. It was perfect timing for the perfect player to, it was for the right scenario for everybody.
Got the whole NFL watching. Like, the whole NFL is watching now. Like,
Yeah.
And then
Well, Nick Foles is a record holder with the Eagles. He's not only is Wentz a record holder with the Eagles already. Nick Foles is a record holder.
He's been a strong second string like forever. A strong second string.
I mean, listen, I like my options.
Yo, he like a side dude.
I don't know if you
side of relationship and like I said, because side dude can be a mistress. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like. If he was a side chick, he's like the mistress.
He's
like
Carson Wentz.
He get a car, he get the bank account numbers, he get all of that other stuff, but he's just not married to the man.
He's Carson Wentz's partner. He's
He's everybody's partner.
When they practice, when Wentz takes those reps in practice, Foles takes those same reps with him.
He had to do that with everybody. He know Vic plays, he know his plays,
exactly.
He know McNabb plays, he probably knew Randall Cunningham.
I don't know if you heard today in New York. I don't know if it was a subway, a suicide bomber with a homemade pipe bomb detonated himself, and he lived.
Stupid.
And he lived.
He looks stupid. Do you understand me?
And he lived. He claimed that he was inspired by ISIS. I don't know what kind of argument that does make.
Did you see the pictures of him laying on the ground?
Yeah, I mean, if that was me, I would have kicked him in the head.
I felt kind of good, like to see him on the ground, like this was his dumbest decision like ever, with like these huge burn marks in his stomach. It's like, bro, you are an idiot, man. You are the weakest link. Get your ass up and go sit aside this Guantanamo Bay cell and come get water torture.
He was supposed to set the bomb off, and he thought he was going to blow up more people.
He tried it though, man. New York City.
But he detonated himself.
Yo, listen, that was close. That was a close call though. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, like New York would have took a hit. Like, could you imagine the news had that went through? You know what I'm saying?
New York's a resilient city.
Yeah, man, but you don't want to keep testing their resilience, man. Like we hate seeing New York bounce back because they bounce back at the expense of casualties. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but I'm pretty sure.
Casualties either way.
You ask some New Yorker and they're like, we just gotta keep on moving,
but like, it's
when that shit happened,
like, listen,
everybody just turned around and said, no, I gotta keep on moving. I gotta go to work.
This is coming from a dude, right? Which I'm glad it backfired on him. Literally, I'm glad it backfired on him because we're probably talking about a dude who can't even so much as do a fist fight with a well-trained female fighter. Like put him up against Ronda Rousey. It's like 3 rings. I feel like
Well, we
3
already
rounds.
know-
I
we
feel
already
like
know-
that should be his punishment.
We already know that he's a coward. He tried to commit suicide by.
I want to know all about this dude. Like, who is his family? Like, who is like his
Listen,
sister?
I don't-
You
I
know, if
wanna-
he wanted to commit suicide, you should have just jumped in front of a train.
I'm gonna tell you
I don't
like
wanna,
this.
I don't want to know nothing about him.
Nah. This is
Ship him to where he's
this
got to
is why I
go
wanna
and
know.
get it over
This
with.
is why I want to know, because this is my mentality, right? Because had this been Trenton, New Jersey, and let's say all of that happened at the New Jersey Trenton, he blew himself up, but he didn't die. But come to find out, he works at the corner store that's like further up the street, whatever. Me personally, like I know it ain't right, like you know, 'cause I'm an eye for eye type of person. I'm robbing that store every day, beating up his brother.
Yeah, but his brother wasn't the one who.
I don't. That's just. And I'm
I know-
sorry that
I
my
know-
brain
I
think
know-
that way.
I know how
I'm
you
sorry.
think.
I'm
I
sorry
know-
that
I know
I'm
what
so
you're
sick
thinking.
that way because I can't get my hands on him because he locked up. But in the meantime, I'm beating your brother up every day on his way to work. Matter of fact, that's not your store no more. Like that's my store now, because I feel like all
It wasn't the
like
individual.
the way my mind worked, all of y'all was in
shouldn't
on
pay
it.
for him.
All of y'all was in on it, man. Like, and I really hate thinking that way. I hate that I think that way. Like, I guess I'm deep down, like I'm like
You're
a
letting-
vindictive person.
You're letting the fear of the government, of these terrorist attacks,
Because it's crazy.
know,
It's crazy. It's like listen,
mold
it's like,
your
listen.
outcome already without
man,
without fault.
because I don't like people like that. You know what I'm saying? Like when you break them down like a people like that, think
Of
about
course,
think about what he did. He
But
tried
none
to be
of us-
quiet
none of
about
us-
it. He
none
tried
of
to be
us like
sneaky about it,
anybody
like
that
he did it
does
all
that
behind your
shit.
back. I'ma say it to my face type of person. Like, don't have this drama with me that I don't even know that we have drama. And like when I'm walking, just living life, you just like hit me over the head with a bat out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? When all you had to do is say that you ain't like me. I either could have respected your space or we could have fought and shook hands and got it over with. You know what I'm saying? But like it's a coward move. It's a coward act. Like I hate drive-bys. I hate all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because like a drive-by to me, like you like the weakest person. Because you ain't even have guts or audacity to come up to this person one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? Like you drove by, you shot out the window and like kept on going. I hate all of that mentality. I'm a real direct type of person. You know what I'm saying? Like if I really wanted somebody that bad, I am up close in person. Like you know I'm there. And I'm so out there with like if I really had to do something like that dramatic, I'm reading myself my own rights. That's who I am. I'm putting on my own handcuffs. Let me guess, officer, I have the right to remain silent. Anything I can say will be used against me in the court of law. I know what I did.
The guy that we're dealing with was a terrorist. You know, with terrorists, they're not thinking like you. They're not thinking. I mean,
It's weak.
Somebody
else is putting a batter in your back. Like if you do this, you're gonna give you like mad props, like all this other shit.
Billy, think about this. The guy strapped a pipe bomb, homemade pipe bomb that he learned how to make himself on the internet, and said that he was inspired by ISIS. ISIS is like the world's enemy right now, and he said he was inspired by ISIS in order to do this. The great thing is that he failed to kill himself.
Now listen, right?
So now he's not only going to be thrown into the jail, his ass is probably going to get beat up and questioned for shit.
Their views
and
are,
now
if you blow yourself up and you take away casualties and stuff, you will go to paradise where you will have 15 virgins, like, right? You know, some of other shit. I feel like if you try to blow yourself up and you don't succeed, I feel like ISIS should automatically turn their back on you and like, now you're going to hell. Like, no, you failed. You're going to hell. No virgins for you. Hugh Hefner got them all anyway.
Yeah, now I wonder if now let me take this way. Like now you know the thing that happened in Vegas, you know, weeks back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we know that was
not weeks back. That was about
months ago, right? A couple months ago.
2.5 months ago.
Time's gone by. Now now they say the person who supposedly did that was not a terrorist, but it's
no, to me, I think that they're considered terrorists. I don't care if it's homegrown. You try to kill people for the hell of it, just to get it hard on.
I see
just
what
to get your
Ruben
shit
said.
off.
Yeah, what I'm saying.
Because like in that case, you're just mentally ill.
Right. Yeah, if he was a
like
white guy
or
something like that.
But like here, like in this case, like with these guys, like in either case, it's harder to detect. But I feel like in our cases, a lot of the red flags, you know, are there because you're dealing with people like who have a mental capacity of like an 8-year-old. You know, and they're like they're going in there and just buying a gun. Like, what AK-47? They're like, nope. Right. Like, where's the background checks? Like, where's the medical checks? Like, oh, this guy had like 3 psych evaluations and he got kicked out of every high school he's ever been to. Nah, I'm not gonna sell him. It's like alcohol. I can't go into a liquor store and I'm already fully inebriated and I'm like, I insist, give me the 100 proof Everclear that you got over there, and they give it to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's common sense. The same way, like, it's red flag with a lot of these dudes. They already be on the terror watch list of like most wanted.
Yeah, but you could be on a terror watch list, but if you're on a list and they don't
That's crazy.
Your ass.
Nah, man, like, look, you need to be on the radar. You need to be on the radar 24/7.
But what I'm saying,
like they monitoring dudes on ankle bracelets.
Hear me out. Half these dudes that be doing stupid shit, they've always been investigated. Not the guy from Las Vegas. He just went off this deep end one day. He's still considered a terrorist. But I'm talking about these guys that were, you know, the guy that tried to blow up New York. There was a couple guys that already tried to do this in the past, couple of years. You know, this is like the third motherfucker that did this in New York in the last 2-3 years. Third motherfucker. The last couple of dudes were, you know, the guy was in New York. He was from New Jersey. You know, they said he was on the list. Listen, that don't mean shit if you're not gonna investigate them. And, you know, if you're investigating them, they're on the list. Then why the hell they committed shit?
You know what I hate the most? I hate this statement right here. It's always at the press conference, and when the FBI come up and they go, because intelligence had information about a week or so ago, but we didn't consider it as credible. Like, it's always like some investigation that they had on them already because like they had some type of intel information, but didn't act on it. But then go inside the same press conference and tell us the people, if you see anything suspicious, like somebody blows their nose wrong or farts a certain way or rubs their ear like this, we want to know about it. Call us. Call you. You're not even investigating the person who did. What am I going to call you for? What is your job?
Your shout outs. Survey that time. Yes, you took half the show. I could have went on. Took half the show.
Because it boils me. It burns me up. Shout out, man, to Hamilton Radio, Ruben, Ralph, to, you know, the whole entire family, Monk, all of y'all, man. Shout out to, you know, my entire family that tunes in. Y'all been kind of quiet lately, my whole network, man. I got a show coming up Thursday at Studio B with Smokey Suarez from Paper Soldiers and State Property. You know what I'm saying? So I'm opening up to him. I'm going to act the damn fool if I can remember my jokes. So shout out to Nina Dawkins and them for that, for making that possible.
Shout out to the Hamilton Radio family. Much love, respect to all of them, especially Gino and Mr. Ruben. Shout out to us, you know, that we're, you know, we're always here. Ruben thought we weren't going to come today, but, you know, it's like, listen, it's like school. You know, you don't always have to hear about us, coming in, but you know, we're coming to take our tests. You know, we're always coming in. To our listeners and our viewers, always tuning in to us, always giving us a listen to the crazy shit that we're always talking about, and the arguments that we're always arguing about, and the jokes that we're always throwing out there, and you know, for all our guests that's always on and, you know, giving us extremely great interviews. Much love. Shout out to my daughter. Shout out to my wife. That's a wrap. And we're out.
Love, peace, hair, grease.